Hey everybody, it's Zoe again. It's been a while. Wanted to bring you a an update. I haven't really filmed any in since I had the surgery, other than a couple of lives on Facebook. Um, but it's been right around 5.5 weeks. Wednesday will be 6 weeks. Um, Doing well. This is kind of in response to video slash how I'm doing. I wanted to thank Bo over at Bo of the Fifth Column. He filmed a video and talked about what I was going through while I was actually going through it. It's actually kind of cool. Um, you know, like when he was talking about the surgery that I had, I was literally on the table, and I was very fortunate to have got to watch the video before I went under the knife, but waking up to all the comments and support and love in the comment section over there was fantastic. It really, um, it really meant a lot to me. So I wanted to thank Bo and thank all of his viewers for the outpouring of love and support. Um, I wanted to have a list, make a list. Um, you can tell I'm organized because it's on the back of an envelope, right? That's, that's a sign, right? Anyway, let's see. Um, let's talk about changes. Um, I mean, gosh, there's so many. Like the the most everyday thing is like going pee, I guess. Not being able to stand to pee. We were actually driving home from Cincinnati yesterday evening, and I really had to pee, and I was thinking, God, if I could stand to pee, we could just pull off on the side of the road. It was kind of a funny moment for me uh, after having gone through all that I've gone through uh, to be the most the most authentic version. I don't like that word. I mean, it's a good word, but to be the meest of me's, I guess we'll go with that. Um, to be complaining for a moment about not being able to stand up and go pee on the side of the road anymore. It was funny in my head anyway. Clothing. Clothing is interesting. I can wear clothes now that was meant for the anatomy that I have, and it fits much more appropriately. Like for starters, I can pull pants all the way up and leggings all the way up now, the way they were meant to be, and it doesn't look awkward or weird. It's very comfortable. Um, let's see. Um, Bathrooms. Going pee is in public. I've been to public restrooms twice now in a month and a half, and both times was kind of a trip. Um, Mostly because I'm still pretty fresh, wearing pads to soak up drainage from the surgical site. Um, but there's almost a feeling of comfort, I guess. It's odd because before, you go in the bathroom and I was anxious. I was like, oh my God, what if somebody sees something in here? What if some crazy, crazy cis white woman decides she's gonna tear open my bathroom stall and take pictures like you've read about in the media, And now I'm just like, let her. I've got all the right parts now. What's she gonna do? Get mad? Um, so that's like while that's kind of a weird, uh, perk, I guess. It's one that I'm happy to take advantage of. Um, I'm gonna take my glasses off. I'm getting a glare from this, and it's bugging me. Let's see what else. I guess the big one would be sex. sex is something that I had more or less avoided most of my life. Like unless I was coerced into it or had to talk myself into it. It's just something I really wasn't ever really much into, um, which is odd um, to me. I know there are a lot of ace people out there, but when I look back at before the surgery and I look at my feelings towards sex now, I'm very much into it. I haven't got to enjoy actual like penetrative intercourse yet. That won't happen for another almost 2 months, month and a half ish. Um, but um, I have got to play around a little with the new anatomy, and it's pretty fantastic in that everything works as it should really well. Um, Everything feels the way it should feel, and everything uh, acts and reacts the way that it should. Um, so yeah, um, that's awesome. But going back to my sex drive changing, I feel like that before I thought I was just kind of asexual. I just wasn't really into sex, And like past girlfriends, I'd have to tell them occasionally, look, I'm just really not into sex much. Like, you want to hang out? I mean, years ago, I sometimes I'd have a girl be like, hey, I want to go home with you, and I'd say, well, what we're gonna do is watch TV till we fall asleep on the couch, because like it's not really my thing, you know. And they'd always laugh until we got to the house and turned the TV on. We'd watch TV till I fell asleep on the couch. Um, but yeah, I guess having the parts to match your identity um, makes a difference in how you feel about things. So, I'll take it. It's a win. It's definitely a win. Um, my anxiety level has plummeted. Um, mostly because my dysphoria was more based on, oh my God, what if they know, or what if that person knows, or what if I'm at the beach and someone sees a bulge, like, that was my worry. So now that that's no longer a, a worry, um, my anxiety is quite a bit lower than it used to be. So I'll take that. That's a win as well. Like all the wins today. Um, Now, as far as healing and recovery goes, uh, it's been fantastic, really. Other than a urinary tract infection followed by a yeast infection caused by the antibiotics, like on week two, week three. It was 2 weeks after I got out of the hospital. So week three, um, I've had zero complications. Well, I take that back. I busted some stitches, but when I went in to have them stitch me back up, they were like, "Well, I mean, this is good. You're fine. Like, you're healing great. This isn't a big deal. Like, we don't think you don't even really need to get stitched back up." And I talked them into it for some peace of mind. I was like, "Yeah, I mean, like, you put the stitches in there. Now they're busted. Maybe put them back. Just to make me feel good." And they were like, "Oh, okay, we'll do that." So they put them back, and 3 days later they were busted again. And that time I was like, they said it was fine. I really don't feel like going back into the hospital and having them stitch me back up again. Hell with it. Like, we'll just let it roll. So that's what I did. A week later, I went for a post-op. The surgeon was like, everything looks fantastic. You are healing at a record rate. Um, Keep doing whatever it is you're doing. You're awesome. And it's really odd because everyone I know who's had vaginoplasty um, has been on their ass for at least 2 months, usually 2 to 3 months. So for me to be up and running around, 2 to 3 weeks post-op, like doing stuff, The week after I had my surgery, I went to my son's graduation and walked a half a mile from the parking area to his ceremony and then a half a mile back in the hot sun and didn't have a trouble. It was fine. Um, I'd have to say my recovery is going well. Um, the like the, the surgeon, the plastic surgeon, the coordinator who's been coordinating for these types of situations for years, like everybody agrees that I am leaps and bounds ahead of where they expected me to be. Of course, it's a little different because I was the surgeon's very first peritoneal pull through. It was also the very first peritoneal pull through in Ohio. So double bonus. Um, kind of a feather in his cap and mine. You um, it's been great though. Can't say enough about it. My surgeon is fantastic. For the girls who are on here who want to know about him, his name is Dr. Subham Gupta, Gupta. He is at University Hospitals, Cleveland. He's a urologist, and if you need to get in touch with him, reach out to me in the comments or hit me up on Facebook. I will get you in touch with his care team. He does fantastic work. He takes Medicare and Medicaid, as well as like almost every other insurance that I know of. And his care team is really good at getting stuff covered. So if you don't have a surgeon or you have a surgeon who's being wishy-washy, give me a holler. We'll get you fixed up. Um, let's see. So we talked about recovery. We've talked about all the things that have changed for me. Um, let's talk about what's going on in the future, like that way. Um, pretty well done with surgeries. I can't, like, unless for some reason something we don't see happened and I need a revision, pretty well done with, with it. I've kind of accomplished all that I set out to, which is pretty fantastic. Um, so now I have extra time on my hands. Um, assuming all the recovery's done and my post-ops are all done, I'm going to be doing more volunteering. Um, Hospitals has got a new program for the gender care thing. I'm working really hard to be involved with that because it's a group of people that I believe in, and it's a program that I believe in, um, and I definitely want to be there to support other trans folks who are going through this process because if I'm being honest with you, it's scary. Like, um, there for obvious reasons, it's scary. There's about a million things that can go wrong, and that's not even counting dying. Like that's definitely a thing that can happen too. So um, I want to be there to support these people, to be emotional support. Over the last few years, I've kind of become a professional handholder, and so I feel like putting that to work in a situation where there is a concentration of people who probably need their hands held is very cool. So I hope to do that for more people. Um, I continue to do advocacy work for the VA for trans veterans. There was just recently a news release. The Secretary of the VA has decided that they're going to start providing trans surgeries, and so he has pulled the trigger on making the processes happen to make the changes in the rules and to build processes and put them in place to get transgender veterans their surgeries. Um, the only people I've heard say bad things about this are either people who are not veterans, who have no idea what it is that we went through or are going through to earn, I guess, the services that we get from the VA, or they're not trans and have no idea what we go through and the shit we put up with, and So they're all like they're all people who have no business having an opinion. I don't care if you're a U.S. taxpayer. I could give a damn if you're a U.S. taxpayer and you think you should have a say in where your dollars go. No, piss off. Don't care. Um, you don't get to decide where I don't get to decide where they drop the bombs that my money bought. So you don't get to decide where the medical care that your money bought goes. Uh, sad story for you. Anyway, and I'm going to be doing more work on awareness. Mostly, when I started this journey, all I had was VA healthcare, and then I moved to Ohio and didn't make much money, so I had Medicaid. And I met this fantastic woman uh, named Tina, who her job basically was getting people approved for surgeries through their insurance. And she explained to me that no, you got Medicaid. We can make that work. Um, and then I got my disability approval. Went from Medicaid to Medicare, and she was like, no, we totally make that work. And so part of what I want to raise awareness about is that it doesn't matter if you're low income. If you like, there are ways to get your surgeries, and I'm here to help you find those ways if I can. Um, at least if you're in Ohio, and I'm happy to point you to other people who can help you in other states too. If I can find them. If I can't, we'll dig into it and find it ourselves. We'll make it work. But I want people to understand that if like there aren't a lot of people I haven't been able to find a way. Um, it's not always easy. It's not always comfortable. But it's like I told one of my closest friends a couple weeks ago when she said, you know, you've gotten so far in your transition. You came out after I did, and like you've got all your surgeries done, and I don't have any. And her situation's very similar to mine. Like she's on Medicaid and Medicare and low income, and she was like, you know, what do I do? And I was like, well, you know, you got to make it the most important thing in your life. You got to treat it like a job. Don't treat it like a job that you're just gonna sit. You're gonna find a million other things that are more important because it's not the easiest thing to do. It's not comfortable. It's not fast. It's not. It's definitely not instant gratification. It's something you have to work towards. So you know, um, but regardless of what your situation is, I'll help you find a way. We'll figure it out. You know, and there are a lot of other people out there who do it too. And I don't know anybody who makes a dime at it. You know, we just do it because we want to. So um, anyway, if you need help or you've got questions, comments, bitches, gripes, and complaints, as my platoon sergeant used to say, um, inbox me. Find me on social media, Zoe Jane Halo. Um, you can hit me here. You can find me on Twitter at Zoe Jane, ZoeJaneXY. Um, and you can usually find me on Bo of the Fifth Columns threads. Uh, creating a ruckus there. And so yeah. Again, Bo, you made my day. Hell, you made my month at least. Um, I can't thank you enough. All the fans of Bo of the Fifth Column, thank you for for the support and love. Um, I'm doing great. So if y'all were the praying type, I appreciated the prayers. If y'all were uh, the good vibes and good energies type, I appreciated that too. Something worked. So I'll take it. Um, other than that, um, I hope y'all have a wonderful week coming up. It's beautiful out here in Ohio. It's been like 81 degrees today, I think. It was beautiful. Like sunshine. I'm waiting on the water to get a little warm. I've still got another like 48 days before I can get in the water. Um, but I'm ready for it. I even got a bikini. So if you frequent Edgewater Beach, maybe you'll see me out there. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your month. Hope y'all had a great Father's Day. I know I did. Um, and take care out there. We'll see you again soon. Bye.